Pauline DeWinter, a scheduling clerk at the Phoenix VA, is coming forward because she believes she knows something that is frankly unthinkable. And that is saying something considering the shameful facts of what we already know happened at this VA. She says someone now is trying to hide the number of U.S. veterans who died here waiting for care. In 7 cases so far, where she has determined a veteran on a waiting list was in fact deceased, she says someone above her has changed the record back. The veteran suddenly listed as alive.
Somebody is going on that electronic wait list, and where people are identified as being dead, somebody is changing that and saying, no, they're not dead.
Correct.
To hide the fact people died on that list?
That's my belief.
What would be any other purpose?
There wouldn't be any other purpose.
Why? DeWinter says the numbers of dead in this VA waitlist scandal may be even bigger than first reported. And someone, she says, is trying to cover up the record.
And that has been happening fairly recently.
Yes.
That is a cover-up.
Yes.
Did you feel that the investigators are onto that?
Yes.
Because you told them.
I have surrendered evidence, yes.
If there ever was a doubt there was a secret waiting list at the Phoenix VA, DeWinter says she's here to lay those doubts to rest. Beginning early last year, she says she was told by managers to take requests for new appointments from veterans seeking care and hide them.
What happened to those people?
They went into a desk drawer.
So if you called for a new appointment thinking you were being placed on the electronic wait list, you were actually being placed on a piece of paper in somebody's desk drawer?
Correct.
Is that the secret list?
Yes. That would be the secret list.
And there's no doubt in your mind that was a secret list?
No doubt.
The secret list began in early 2013, she says, because of a waiting list for treatment here that was simply getting out of hand. 1,700 veterans were on it. DeWinter says you couldn't get an appointment for at least 9 months. And with 40 patients coming in each day, the list and the waits were growing longer. That was a problem, because nationwide the VA had set a goal. Every patient had to be seen within 14 days. The solution at the Phoenix VA, according to DeWinter and others inside this hospital, keep one list that lied, showing veterans were getting appointments, and another list, a secret list, that tallied the true and shameful backlog.
So as long as the secret list kept growing, the goal was being met?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's terrible.
It's beyond horrible.
There simply were not enough doctors, not enough appointments to handle new patients, backlog patients, and yes, very sick patients. DeWinter, a scheduling clerk, was making life and death decisions.
And that really overtook even the wait list, because now I have a consult where veterans are very sick. So I have to ease up on a wait list. It just sounds so wrong to say, but and work these scheduled appointments, so at least I felt the sickest of the sick were being treated.
And you're making basically those triage decisions?
Yes.
So you're bumping one veteran for the other based on who's the sickest?
Yeah. Yep.
The stress, she says, was unbearable. Then came the call she had to make in early December. She finally had found an appointment available for a Navy veteran who had come to the VA months earlier urinating blood.
So I called the family, and that's when I found out that he was dead.
DeWinter would not tell us the patient's name, but it matches this story reported on CNN early this spring. Sally and Teddy Barnes told us then that their father, a Navy veteran named Thomas Breen, died in November of 2013, after repeatedly being denied care at the Phoenix VA.
They call me December 6th. He's dead already. With the
They called you and said,
I said, what is this regarding? She goes, we have a primary for him. I said, really? You're a little too late, sweetheart.
One case, the family member said, you're too late, sweetheart. He's dead. You guys killed him. And I apologized. They have no quarrel about telling you how they died and if they screamed. And this particular veteran was screaming, please do whatever you can. Don't let the VA do this to another patient or another veteran. We do not deserve this type of treatment.
The family member was telling you this?
The family member was telling me this. And I promised her that I would do everything in my power to never have this happen to another veteran again. And that's when Dr. Foote and I really started connecting about what was happening.
In December of last year, DeWinter and a VA physician named Dr. Sam Foote told everything to the VA's Office of the Inspector General.
I thought that was a saving grace. I thought, okay, this is it. This is going to be all over, you know. Then it wasn't. And we were waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Nothing. We didn't hear any note. We didn't hear anything. The leadership was telling us, oh, we passed everything. We're not doing anything wrong. And I'm like, we're not doing anything wrong. And people are still dying. We were giving up hope. And that's when Dr. Foote finally decided that we need to contact the media and we need help with this.
DeWinter says until now, she was simply too scared to come forward. The truth is, she is scared.
My life will change after this comes out. I will have people at work who are not going to like me because of what I've done. And I'll have other people at work who say, thank you for doing what you've done.
You know, Drew, I mean, it's amazing. She's scared, and she's incredibly brave to come forward. The most startling allegation in this report is that until very recently, someone has still been trying to hide the actual number of vets who have died. Did you get any response from the VA that could explain that?
Not really, Anderson. We asked and got a rather bland, I would call it a generic response. It just says that the new acting secretary at the VA is saying we must work together to fix the unacceptable systemic problems in accessing VA health care, and that the VA is taking action to accelerate access to care and reach out to veterans to get them off these wait lists and clinics. But you're right. I mean, this is a cover-up that's going on in real time. This is, since the scandal broke, what Pauline DeWinter is alleging is somebody is still trying to cover up just how bad things are there.
And the idea that she's being called in to make life and death decisions is just insane. This wasn't the only bad news coming out about the VA today. A scathing new independent report is exposing some of the worst horror stories yet.
Yeah, the Office of Special Counsel, Anderson, this is a group of government prosecutors. They work for the government. They protect and investigate claims being made by whistleblowers like Pauline DeWinter. This agency released a letter today to the White House, which is really unreal. It details how the VA has ignored egregious examples of poor patients' care for veterans. In one case, a veteran kept in a mental facility for 8 years before ever being evaluated by a psychiatrist. The Office of the Special Counsel says it's routine for the VA to ignore critical reports, and also routine for the VA to not acknowledge that these delays in care, poor care, even abusive care, actually harm the veterans. It just keeps getting worse the more we know, Anderson.
I mean, kept in a mental hospital for 8 years, that's unbelievable.